Can you imagine this? A young emperor? A grand army of 500,000 men, marching out with glory in their hearts and banners in the sky. And then, in just a few short weeks, it all vanished. This is the story of how one reckless decision brought the Ming Dynasty to its knees. This is the tragedy of the Tumu Crisis.
The year is 1449. China is ruled by the mighty Ming Empire. Outwardly, the court still shines with the glory of the Mongol era. But beneath the surface, rot has begun to spread. On the dragon throne sits a 22-year-old emperor, Zhu Qizhen, the Ming Yingzong. He came to power at just 9 years old. For years, he was guided by seasoned ministers and his powerful grandmother, Empress Dowager Jiang. But now, they are gone. And in their place, a eunuch. Not just any eunuch, but the most dangerous man in the empire, Wang Zhen. Once a palace servant, Wang Zhen rose to power as the emperor's childhood companion. Now, he pulls the strings of the court, bribing officials, removing rivals, and even dismantling the iron plaque that once forbade eunuchs from interfering in politics. Worst of all, he feeds the young emperor's ambition. And ambition, when paired with ignorance, is deadly. Summer in Beijing, July 1449. The palace swelters under oppressive heat. The cicadas scream. The emperor paces in the hall of supreme harmony, gripping war reports in his hands. The Oirat Mongols, led by a bold chieftain named Essen, have been raiding the northern frontier, burning villages and stealing livestock. Zhu Qizhen is furious. He slams the reports down on the table. That's when Wang Zhen seizes the moment.
Your Majesty,
He says, bowing deeply beneath a golden pillar.
remember your glorious ancestor, Emperor Yongle 5 campaigns against the Mongols. Now, fate has handed you the same opportunity. What better way to prove your greatness than to lead a grand army and crush these barbarians yourself?
The emperor's eyes light up. He rises, strides toward the giant military map on the wall, and jabs a finger toward the frontier.
Summon the troops.
He declares.
Within 3 days, I want 500,000 men ready. I, the Son of Heaven, will personally lead them north.
The court erupts in panic. Minister of War Kuang Ye falls to his knees.
Your Majesty, please reconsider. The army is unprepared. The roads are treacherous. The enemy knows the terrain better than we do. A campaign like this requires careful planning.
But Wang Zhen sneers.
Cowards talk. The Ming army is unstoppable. What terrain can resist the will of the Emperor?
And just like that, the order is sealed. The wheels of disaster begin to turn. Days later, the capital streets are packed with citizens waving and cheering. Armored soldiers march in gleaming rows. Drums thunder. Banners flutter like a sea of flame. But beneath the surface, all is not well. Many of the troops are green conscripts. The supply lines are in chaos. Some soldiers haven't eaten in days. But Zhu Qizhen, riding in a lavish command wagon, smiles with pride. He sees only glory ahead. Just like his grandfather, he believes he will return as a conqueror. The summer sun scorches the steppes. As the army pushes deeper into Mongol territory, the roads grow narrow, the water scarcer, the heat unbearable. Dust chokes the air. Morale plummets. Then, at Yao Air Ridge, a narrow mountain pass, General Zhu Yong rides ahead to scout. He reins in his horse and turns to Wang Zhen.
Your Excellency, this place is dangerous. The cliffs are steep, the trees thick. If the Mongols set an ambush here, we won't escape. I beg you, let us send scouts first.
Wang Zhen lashes out with his whip, striking the general's armor.
Do not insult the Emperor's might. Essen wouldn't dare show his face with our divine presence here. Now forward.
But Essen had dared. In fact, he had been planning this for weeks. His riders quietly cut off the Ming army supply lines. They seized the river crossings. They let the Ming forces stumble deeper and deeper into their trap. As night falls, the Ming army reaches a rocky plateau called Tumu. No water, no shelter, no visibility. They camp, exhausted, hungry, parched, still unaware that thousands of Mongol cavalry are closing in from every side. In the emperor's tent, murmurs of panic grow. Kuang Ye bursts in.
Your Majesty, we've lost access to water. The scouts haven't returned. We are surrounded. We must abandon the baggage and break out tonight.
Wang Zhen slams his ceremonial tablet into Kuang Ye's forehead, drawing blood.
How dare you suggest abandoning the sacred person of the Emperor? We are not retreating like cowards.
The argument is cut short by the shriek of a horn. A second later, the sky explodes in flame. Thousands of fire arrows rain down on the Ming camp, igniting tents, supply wagons, and men alike. Screams echo through the night. Horses bolt in terror. The imperial guards scramble, trying to form ranks, but it's too late. Mongol cavalry crash through the flames like demons, cutting down anything that moves. Zhu Tijin huddles in his wagon, watching in horror as his grand army is hacked to pieces. His dreams of glory, his belief in destiny, shatter in that moment. And somewhere deep in his memory, the words of an ancient book echo.
Those trapped in dangerous ground with no aid are in encircled terrain.
At dawn, the Mongols find him, dazed, stunned, still in his imperial robes. They drag him from his wagon, past the burning wreckage of his army. The Emperor of China, now a prisoner of the steppe. This disaster, known as the Tumu Crisis, became the greatest military humiliation in Ming history. Over 500,000 soldiers were lost. The emperor was captured, and the illusion of Ming invincibility was destroyed. The bones of the fallen still lie beneath the yellow earth of Tumu. They remind us that wars are not won by titles, robes, or pride, but by strategy, caution, and humility, and that no ruler, no matter how powerful, can ignore the terrain or the wisdom of those who tried to warn him.
You're watching stories of strategy, learning Sun Tzu through legends. This is China Tales. Subscribe for more stories of ancient wisdom and strategy